Please like and subscribe.
Hello, collective. Good morning. Welcome to your reading. This reading is a collective reading, and this is the boiling pot. This is the crucible. All right, collective. So this is going to be a 4-card spread. The 4-card spread is the boiling pot. It's the crucible. This is you versus your person. These readings get very intense and very juicy. There are no dates on my readings. If you resonate with the reading when you click on it, it is yours. Collective, I just want to commend you on the work you're doing that brings you into the higher dimensions of tarot. Tarot is not for everyone, nor is the spiritual path, nor is being conscious. There's a lot of people that prefer to be unconscious, and I used to be one of them until it got too hard. So here we are now, and that's how it is too. When you're called to be conscious, the universe will make it very painful to remain unconscious. All right. What do they say? Being half awake is harder than being wholly awake. That's true. I vouch for that. All right, collective. Um, what else do I need to announce this morning? I think that's about it. All right, Creator, please bless this reading. Please bring in the knowledge and the wisdom of the Most High for the collective and for collective's person, because this is a you versus your person. All right. First card just popped right out. The first card, there we go. The 2 of Wands by the Dragonfly, one of my favorite cards. So this is either your energy or your person's energy, collective. The first 2 cards can be interchanged. The last 2 cards cannot be. Okay. So somebody has been tapping into the magical elements. When I see the dragonfly being represented as representing the figure. Okay, here we go. Cards are exploding all over the place. Oh, the last reading was like this too. Gemini's reading. Holy, the cards were just exploding. Consciousness had so much to say. Gemini and Gemini's person were just exploding out of the cards, and it was a very intense reading. Even in the extended, I went into the Goetia and the angelic. Okay, the second card comes out, and I will do that, I think, for all of the extendeds. Ooh, the second card out is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that is an intense energy right there. Somebody is ungrounded. Somebody is very ungrounded from their roots. You see the giraffe standing on the roots, and the roots of the tree is exposed. What this tells me, what this card tells me, is that when it's upright, the roots of this person's life is sustaining them. But when the card is in reverse, the roots, somebody is ungrounded. Somebody is not connected to their roots. And if they're not connected to their roots, their upper dimensions cannot sustain them either. So somebody is having a hard time grounding their visions, grounding their dreams. It feels like you're working without reward, you're working toward a goal, but the goal isn't getting any clearer, any closer, any more solid. And you're still expending energy with no results. It's a very hard card. Likewise, the person is also very distracted. So there's a lack of focus. Somebody isn't focused, but somebody over here is very, very focused. Not only that, but whoever this Two of Wands is connected to a type of is connected to their own inner magic. And I'm not saying magic as in parlor tricks and like Chris Angel and all those. Like, no. I'm talking like magic with a K. Magic with a K, this kind of magic is absolutely 100% real. But like the quote states, he or she that doesn't believe in magic will not find it. So all of us carry magic inside of us. That's part of being human. Okay. The third card is out. Ooh, Ganesha. The High Priest. This is in the illuminated dynamics between the two of you. This is the dynamic that you are aware of within yourselves. One of you is anyway. And you very well both could be aware of the High Priest within you, and aware of the High Priest energy within your relationship, the dynamics within your relationship. So both of you are very close to the Creator. You can be very using each other as support for each other, leaning on each other, bolstering each other's experience. But one of you isn't grounded. One of you is too distracted while you're watching the other flourish and evolve. Oh, the last card just popped out right when I stated it, and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Ooh. So an Ace of Swords in reverse, when it comes with this card, I see a lack of rebirth. And that's what I mean. Somebody is too distracted. When I see this card upright, this card always connects me to the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And there is 6 little chicks in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 little chicks in here. According to the Tibetan Book of the Dead, there are 6 layers of consciousness within us. The hell realm, the hungry ghost realm, the animal realm, the human realm, the jealous God's realm, and then the God realm. So there's 6 realms within us that we fluctuate between every day. They are very, very subtle. As the masters teach, it's the subtle energies that are the true influencers. Okay? So if you're aware of yourself, you're aware, whoops, this is in reverse. If you're aware, and when you are aware of yourself, you'll be aware of these subtle energies. Okay. Oh, you know what I haven't brought into the bottom of the deck until now? The wheel. This is change. The wheel. So this is destiny. This is destiny. This is destiny at work. I don't know if I could just put that right in the middle. So destiny is at work in your relationship between the two of you. Even when someone is distracted, the destiny will still be there working right along beside you. That's how energy is. Energy does not hold preferences. What is that? The first line of the Chinese patriarch that says, the great way, and the great way is capital G, capital W, the great way is not difficult for the one who has no preferences. And the energy's destiny doesn't have any preferences. We're the ones that get caught up in preferences. Okay, just a minute here. All right, I'm just getting a look at the cards here. Yes, because the Godhead is here. And I call this the Godhead, the High Priest, the one who knows. And this is within the both of you. So both of you have quite a knowing. Even though one of you is distracted, that's fine. Distraction's fine. You can still know. You can still know and be distracted. Absolutely. So the wheel, it's on the bottom of the card. This is supporting the whole reading, plus this is what's coming in on the horizon. So good fortune is coming in on the horizon for the both of you. Happiness. I see happiness as a kind of joy because this is a major shift. And when I see the Wheel of Fortune, to me, this card also is going up against fixed energies. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So the fixed energies in your life are about to be changed. And you've been in the process of this. I'm hearing you're very much aware of this. You know exactly what energies are getting challenged, are getting changed, are transcending. You're very aware of this. And this reading right now is confirmation to you. All right. For some, I'm getting there's a Gemini. There is a Gemini that's watching. There's also a Leo watching. Interesting. There's the Leo energy. There's Gemini energy here. But as I said, all the fixed signs are here. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Very interesting. Okay, let's do some clarification. Let's do some... Oh, okay, wait a minute. I just have to say the creators brought a word to me. Competition. There's some competition between the Seven of Pentacles and the Dragonfly. There is an element of competition here, and it's directly connected to fixed energy. The fixed energy in someone's life is challenged by the other person. The fixed energy, and I'm getting in this person's life, could be this person too. It could very much well be this person too, but the fixed energy in someone's life is being challenged by the other person. And the lack of rebirth in the shadows here. And this is not just regarding regarding a person's energy. This is in terms of the relationship. In terms of the relationship, and in terms of persons, and in terms of this is in your own, both of your energy and in the relationship between you. Ooh, interesting. So one of the things I'm also getting is that for the high priest in both of you, in the relationship between the two of you, I'm getting that the Holy Spirit brought you two together. If this is a friendship, which also friendship is very much present here, the Holy Spirit brought you and this person together. There was a resonance. You both held a resonance individually, and your relationship was resonant to the both of you. Interesting. But in a way, oh, okay, in a way I'm getting like, okay, I have to say this. One person's moving on and the other one isn't, because there's a lack of rebirth here. There's a lack of rebirth in the relationship. So it's like the relationship as it is can go no further. It can go no further. It can still walk toward together, but it's going to cost you more individually, energetically, than it ever has. Energies have changed, energies have accelerated. We're in a whole new world. We've also, like the planet is past a Rubicon, so we're not going back. We've passed a Rubicon and the planets globally, and we're seeing, the whole planet is seeing that we can never ever go back. Like we've kind of passed the point of no return planetarily, and we have no choice but to evolve. We have to evolve. Because we're being faced with the worst of ourselves. So we have to evolve. And we see that now everywhere. You walk into a store, you phone a government office, you phone your doctor's office. What's one of the first things you're being met with is, we won't tolerate violence or cursing or swearing. That never used to be an issue. That never used to even be on the table. Sure, it was on the table for the odd person that was having like a rage out in the old world. But now that we're in the new world, it seems like that's first and foremost, because so much, it's like, I just keep thinking this, like it's like the book of Revelations when it says hell's opened up and is allowed to have free reign all over the planet. That's sort of what's happening. And this is all symbolic. Even the Bible, this is all symbolism. So when you get into, and the biggest issue when people bring out the Bible, especially when they're talking to me, is I hear people that take it literally. And I think, okay, you're still stuck you're still in the perception of literal. You haven't ascended into the symbolic yet. And that only happens when the literal gets exhausted. Okay, when the literal doesn't work anymore. So yeah, so there is an evolution going on, but the relationship has come to a close. The relationship is coming to a close. And this is with fixed energies. There is fixed energies that are permanently changing. Someone is moving on and someone isn't. Oh, I'm just hearing, oh, do I need to say that, Creator? Okay, this is interesting because most people relay these scriptures to the end of the world, okay? And that's like a bunch of crap, okay? Let me just say that. But what just came to me is, one will be taken and one will be left behind. Two people will be walking in a field. This is scriptural. This is also symbolic, okay? So don't take this literal. Two people walking in a field. This is in the book of Revelations. This is also in the four Gospels. One will be taken, one will be left behind. So what that means is that When one is taken, it means they ascend into a higher dimension. They're not as easily felt by the other person anymore because the other person has to heighten their vibration in order to attune to them. So when you're in a lower vibration, you can't see the higher vibrations. It's like us. Can we see ultraviolet light? No. It's because ultraviolet light is in a much higher vibration. The human eye can only see within a certain spectrum. Our spirit, our souls, same with cats. Cats can see the full spectrum of electromagnetic light. That's why Egyptians revered the cats as guardians of the dead, because cats can see the full spectrum. Whereas people can only see within a certain, we can only see 7 wavelengths of light, and those are all the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, and violet. And that corresponds with the red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, and violet. That's actually 6 colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, and violet. Yeah, 6 colors, 6 subtle dimensions of consciousness. The 7th color being all the colors, being white or being black. Both contain all the colors of the rainbow. Very interesting. So yes, somebody has completed a cycle. Someone has completed a cycle. Now I see this for the 2 of Wands, and someone has not. And hey, there's no one says we have to move on. No one says we have to evolve. We evolve because we choose to evolve. Yes, there is divine or divinity. Here we go. Let's look at this from the big picture. We're all moving forward whether we want to or not. It's like what the Buddha states: let go or be dragged. The universe is always expanding, and we're expanding with it. Or we're being dragged at some subtle level. Okay, let's do some clarification. Creator, can we please have some clarification for the 2 of Wands, please? Why is this represented by the collective's energy? Why is this representing this person's energy, whoever this person is? Why is the dragonfly? Ooh, okay, the first card that came out is the 10 of Swords. Oh. Hey. All of these? Yes. Okay. Holy smoke. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there was a 10 of Swords that took place in this person's past. We've got 6 cards that came out here all together. So let's look at them individually. So there was a 10 of Swords. There was a penetrating truth. Somebody here, this two of Wands, was pinned to the earth by a truth that was so penetrating and so heavy that it diminished the light. It blocked out the entire light. It's almost like it blocked out the sun and pinned this person to the earth. The consequences of this person being pinned to the earth was the end of a cycle. This truth was non-negotiable. This truth was a game changer. It was a world changer. It was a life changer. It was non-negotiable. This truth was also imminent. I'm hearing this person was carrying this truth for years long before they became aware of it. Once they became aware of it, it was a game changer. It changed everything. And here we are with the Wheel of Fortune again. Again. The Wheel of Fortune confirms. So what I'm seeing is that it's the Two of Wands that is going through the change. Major change. With this change, it removed a crown that an authority that had power. It removed a power that had authority over this Two of Wands' life. This truth that set in motion a karmic wheel that shifted the energies of the fixed energies of this person's life and removed a false authority that had power over them and established a new authority. You and the Creator. Look at the hand coming out of the sky. That's what I mean. This person is connected to magic. Magic with a K. This stopped a certain feeling of it confused this person's intuition for a season. It confused the energy, and what was sustaining this person in terms of the dynamic with a fixed energy was no longer sustaining them. This person went through a catharsis of power. That's what I mean. The old power was poured out. That's what I say in all of my readings. If you're standing on a truth that is not true, it is still serving you. It is still sustaining you. It is still, that truth is a dynamic within a relationship that you have with somebody else. And that's what I mean. It's not bread and oxygen and food that sustain us. Now I can bring these dimensions in because it's came in through the Gemini reading. It's not light and love and truth and all this that sustain us. Also, it's very much also is the shadow, the darker dimensions of the human experience that is sustaining us, that we're locked into until we begin to awaken in them. And then we can unpack them and shift them as the Creator calls us forward. It is a symbiotic experience. Christ was led into the desert by the Holy Spirit. He didn't just go in there by himself. He was led in there, just like you. Whoever this Two of Wands is, you were led into your own desert by a truth that was so crushing and so heavy that it pinned you to the earth and changed your life. You holding space in this removed a false crown that you had allegiance to for the whole of your life. That false crown, that false authority that wasn't your authentic authority was sustaining you until it didn't. It was holding you up until it didn't. And now that power is getting poured out. That power that was sustaining you is getting poured out onto the earth. And new powers coming in, the Knight of Wands. New power coming in. You're coming in. It's like you have a blank, a clear, just a minute here. Sorry about that, collective. So you are coming into, you have like a clean slate, a new canvas. That's the word that came to me. You have a new canvas. You've cleared away, because this happened from the inside out. It's interesting. The Creator was showing me, you cannot clear your canvas from the outside in. Sometimes you can, but it's often a symbiotic experience. When your life implodes on the exterior, it'll also have an implosion on the interior. It'll have an effect on the inside of you. Something that If it's not being sustained, it's going to implode. So something in you, this truth in you that was so penetrating, once you came to the other side of it, yes, of course, your entire life was completely blown apart. That's how I see this. It's exactly how I see it. Something in your life shifted. It's like what I said in the Gemini reading yesterday, that the human being is like a mobile. And when you shift one piece of that mobile, the whole mobile turns. Okay? So you are coming into new lands, coming into new action. You can now give new action because you have new intention, you have new spirit, you have new soul, you have new sight. This truth, whatever this did, this cleared a lot from inside of you. It cleared a lot. Not only that, but it ended a major cycle. This was huge. It's like a person that, I think of Mark Manson and his book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Frack. When he says he lost everything at the start of his book, he says he went through a major loss. He lost everything, his career, his car, his home, like everything. He lost it all of his finances. And he said how he felt relieved, but it ended something in him. It ended the race. And he was asked at one point, when somebody observed him in this loss of everything, they said, "How'd you lose the race?" And he said, "I didn't lose the race. I left the track." And that's what I mean. That's what this truth did. You left a bullshit track, a bullshit race that you were invested in, that at one point, at one time in your life was very real. It was very true. And it sustained you. It kept you motivated. It kept you going. And once that imploded, that was over. It was completely done. The Ten of Wands. But this didn't come without a sense of exhaustion. So what I'm seeing is that someone needs also to take a break. Someone needs to have a rest. Somebody is a little exhausted. You've been working very hard, very hard, you and the Creator. But you're also exhausted. And that's what we find in the new world that we're in. Is there's so many people that are exhausted trying to keep alive an old world that the new energies, the new cosmic energies that we have entered into as a planet no longer supports. And so as we let go of the old world, it's passing through, and there's a new world coming in. Eckhart Tolle speaks of this, the new earth. I don't know if you've ever read his book, The New Earth. I highly recommend it. It's a very powerful book, very powerful. So there's a new earth coming in. The Creator is asking somebody to take a break. You need to have a rest. Okay, can we have some clarification for the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? Why is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the giraffe, representing someone else's energy, this person's energy? Why is the Seven of Pentacles representing this person's energy? I'm just gonna have another swill of coffee. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles, Creator, in reverse. Why is this representing the other person's energy? Okay, the first card out, the Two of Cups. The Magician. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Sometimes, oftentimes, okay, just a minute here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, am I taking those? Yes, okay. Two more cards, please, Creator. Two more cards. Okay, this puts a different spin on the card. A very different spin. Two more cards, please, Creator. There we are. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. They're longing for you. This person is longing for your friendship. This person is longing for the other person's friendship. This person sees the other person manifesting. And in a way, they're hard at work also manifesting. They're coming in touch with their own... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, first of all, I want to touch on this card. First of all, yes, the Seven of Pentacles can often mean distraction. It can mean working without results and distraction and lack of results. But that may also be how it appears to the other person. And with the new cards that have just been revealed, puts a whole different light on this card. So what I see happening is that this person has unearthed their roots. They are still... Oh, interesting. It's so interesting because, as above, so below. What I'm seeing here is vitriol. That's what I'm seeing is vitriol. Somebody is going into vitriol. Vitriol. Visit the interior dimensions of the earth, and by rectification, you will find the hidden stone. Okay. What this card pertains to is Nicholas Flamel and the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone was a man-made stone that was known to turn base metals into gold. This is symbolic, okay? We all hold a Philosopher's Stone, all of us, until we begin to awaken. Our Philosopher's Stone is our parent, our mother, our father, our guardian, the person who raised us, that will help us transcend a seemingly impenetrable situation and help us see the light in it, help us see the purpose of it, help us get through it. Okay, this is what it'll be, a seemingly impenetrable situation that your Philosopher's Stone, whether it be your mother, your father, your priest, your religion, a friend, a guardian, whoever, that will help you get through a seemingly impenetrable situation. But at some point in time, you have to return the Philosopher's Stone back to its rightful place. You have to return the authority back to God, because all authority belongs to God, because the Philosopher's Stone will no longer work. You will encounter situations where it doesn't work anymore. Let me pull this card up. Where it doesn't work anymore. So this person is having to go into the earth to face themselves, to return this order back and to find their hidden stone, which is themselves. You are the Christ. You are. This is what Christ promised of every person that came in that followed behind him, is you would discover that you are also the Christ. Okay? And that is what the hidden stone, that is what vitriol is all about. Vitriol can be incredibly bitter. It can be very hard. You're going through impenetrable stone to get to the truth. You're going deep into the earth, into the heart of yourself. You're going into you to get to find the truth of you. And you can't listen to anybody. You can't listen to your mother. The people you used to listen to, that used to be your Philosopher's Stone, you can no longer listen to those people. You can only listen to you. And it is the hardest journey you will ever make. I see this card very, very differently now with these cards. So with the new understanding of going through vitriol, this person is finding their relationship with themselves. They also long for you. They also long for your companionship, but they also have a job to do. They also have a task to unfold. With this intimacy they have found with themselves, they are also coming into contact, into the dimension of their own inner magician. With the inner magician comes the Ace of Wands, inpouring of new consciousness, an inpouring of higher consciousness. See the hand coming out of the sky? This is indicative of higher consciousness pouring in, coming in, new passion, new power, new passion, new magic, and there is life. Look at the greenery. It is sustaining life. With this comes the Empress energy, new authority. New authority. But whoever this is still has some work to do. They still have some work to do. And it's interesting because the High Priest, the Holy Spirit, has brought you both together. But I'm getting this person is still not letting go of competitiveness with the other person. And because they can't let go of their competitiveness, their jealousy, a little bit of self-centeredness, they're prolonging a death. They're prolonging. See, this is like a rejuvenation. It is a restoring of authority. This is how I see this card. Restoring authority. But until this person lets go of the competition, because your growth is not about the other person. It has nothing to do with the other person. It is about you and you alone. But you have to come in, this person has to come into that understanding on their own. That understanding has to come from within them. It can't be told them from anybody else. It needs to come from within. Okay? And until it does, they're going to be prolonging a death, prolonging the rebirth. Like I said, being half awake is harder than being wholly awake. And that's what I feel with this person. They're like half awake, they're half asleep, they're half awake. And sometimes that is sufficient and sometimes it's not. Depending on where you are, depending on a lot of things. Okay, Creator, can we have some clarification for Ganesha? Why is Ganesha representing the collective's illuminated dynamics? Whoa! Holy smoke. Too many cards. Way too many cards. Okay. Oh. First card's out. The first card out is the Five of Wands in reverse. So, there we are. Okay, hold on. Let's get all the cards out. Ooh, Eight of Wands, or Eight of Swords in reverse. The Hanged Man upright. The High Priestess in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse. And Justice in reverse. Interesting. Okay. So there is a point of where I'm getting like a self-righteous kind of a feeling here with these cards. So there's like avoiding conflict. Someone is avoiding conflict. Okay, what I'm getting is a religious energy here. This is a religious energy here. Because the religious energy does not make room for Boaz and Yakin. It makes room only for duality. Only for duality. You don't hear the church very often speak of unity, except maybe with Christ. There is some teachers that do speak of unity with Christ and understanding the duality of the path through Christ, bringing the two paths to converge home and into the being. But with the accepting of the differences, it's releasing the both of you, or maybe one of you or the both of you doing your work is accepting your differences, releasing you out of an inner hell realm, out of an inner prison of your mind. It's allowing you to let go of the other person, make the sacrifice. But one of you or both of you needs to be right. And that's why you're not accepting. When this is upright, you are accepting unity and duality both at the same time. But when it's in reverse, when the High Priestess is in reverse, it's often like ignorance, short-sightedness, like a lack of understanding about, because duality is duality, but it becomes unity when you understand how, when you reach an antinomian perspective and you reach a higher dimension within yourself, looking down at the hell of your life. You can't change that. The hell of your life will always be the hell of your life. Like I think about the Dalai Lama when he was asked why he has so much love for the Chinese government after what they've done to his people, like disemboweled the monks and all these things, these horrific things. Disembowelment will always be disembowelment. You cannot transcend that to anything else. It is horrific. But he said the anguish of it, the horror of it, the despair of it, the unfairness of it, all of it combined forced him to reach up into his most universal self. And when he, in being there, attaining his most universal self, he sees now, he can see he's reached an antinomian perspective where he looks down and he sees how this has served him. He sees how the Chinese government are secretly his best friends because the horror of it was serving him. This is what I mean when you go into the shadow of God. Psalm 91. He or she that dwells in the secret place of the Most High will abide under the shadow of the Almighty. That is exactly the Dalai Lama. That is exactly how do you survive disembowelment? How do you survive unfair treatment? You have to go into the place within yourself. You know, like in magic, like in secret societies, they teach that up is actually in, down is out. So when you reach a higher dimension of antinomian perspective, you're actually looking at the world from within your own heart. You haven't gone anywhere above yourself, you've just gone into your own heart. But this, of course, are explained in terms of up and down, good and evil, right and wrong. See, when you get into those planes, it can get a little bit confusing. But when you know you, it's not confusing at all. Because you know that up is in. You know that down is out. Down means you are not part of yourself. You are not home. You're still in the outer darkness trying to find your way home. And like Ram Dass teaches, we're all walking each other home. And look at what the Chinese government, in their horror, did for the Dalai Lama. It was horrific. But it was the one choice the Dalai Lama had, was to either be annihilated by his own despair or use that despair and horrific feelings of unfairness and despair and injustice to serve him, to elevate him, to propel him inward. Can you hear that? So that's what this is. But somebody is in a religious state of mind. They're not allowing for the both polarities to serve them. They're polarizing to one side or the other. They're not allowing for it. But there is still honesty. There is still the desire to come clean. There is still the rethinking their approach. There is still the rethinking their approach. But I think that sometimes religion can be foggy. Sometimes religion doesn't give us the clear picture. And when we're bound by a religious perspective, we can still be bound by deception. So even though this person wants to come clean, or both of you want to come clean to each other, there is a religious perspective here that prevents that. And when religion sometimes is in there, it can be in the equation, so can also intolerance. Okay. So in the relationship, in the illuminated dynamics, is a measure of religiosity, but it's mixed with the emergence of clear sight. That's what I'm seeing, the emergence of clear sight. And that is the ingredients 100% of awakening. That is the 100% ingredients of awakening. Is you will be mixed in with, you will have a mixture of, and it doesn't even really have to be religion. I've known vegans and vegetarians that are just as judgmental as a religious church person, you know. So, you know, when I speak about things like this, I'm not just speaking of religion. I'm speaking of righteousness. Like, look at me. I'm a vegan, or I'm a vegetarian, or I'm this, or I'm that. Something within a person that holds them up above everyone else. That is the spirit of religiosity. And it doesn't even have to be about God. Do you hear what I'm saying? Can you hear that? Someone can be just as condemning through diet or fashion, you know, look at me, I wear Louis Vuitton, you know, when everybody else that doesn't is, you know, less important, or however. There are so many different subtle layers of righteousness. And a lot of those subtle layers of righteousness don't even touch the dimensions of God. They touch the dimensions of ego and the right to win and the right to be right. And that's what I see here, is there is ego at play that is mixed in with a religious self-righteousness. But mixed in with this is the emergence of awakening, the emergence of clear sight. So the religious perspective won't last long. It won't last long, because clear sight, clean and clear sight, it just is too good. It's too good to pass up. I speak that from experience. I'm telling you. I don't have to tell you. You know it. I don't have to tell you. The truth goes through. Okay, here's an example. The Creator showed me once that religion is like a dream catcher, a Native American dream catcher, you know, that catches all the false bad dreams into the net and lets the good dreams through the middle. Well, that's like religion. We get caught in the net, but it's the essence, the truth, the clear-sightedness that makes it through the middle. Okay? And that's you. That's you. That's the clear essence of you. And I thought, that Creator, that is brilliant. I was like, that is a brilliant insight. I love that. So that's what I mean. The both of you, one of you or the both of you are getting closer to the middle of the dream catcher because you are becoming clear. There's religiosity mixed in here, but you're untangling yourself from the web of the dream catcher. You're entangling yourself from the web, and you're finding your way into the middle. Okay, can we have some clarification for the Ace of Swords in reverse, please? Why is this represented by the collective shadow dynamics? Why is this represented as the collective shadow dynamics? Why? Why is there a lack of rebirth? Or why does there appear to be a lack of rebirth? Why does there appear to be a lack of rebirth with someone? The shadow dynamic of the relationship. The relationship not being rebirthed at this time. Why? Oh, The first card at the top of the deck came face up, walking away. Walking away. Oh, the relationship may need to die. The relationship itself may need to die. But let's see what else comes up. Let's see what else pulls up. Here's the next card. Oh. Oh. Interesting. So, oops. Okay, the one that wants to be seen is this one. 2 more cards, please, Creator. So, walking away. The 7 of Cups. Illusion. I'm getting illusion. I'm getting someone is a little bit delusional. Within the relationship, somebody is a little bit delusional. Someone else is walking away. Someone in the relationship isn't telling the truth. They're being deceptive. They need to win at all costs. This is also what Aquarius energy. Interesting. So with the 8 of Cups, this is Pisces energy too. There's a Pisces, or the Pisces in your birth chart, the Pisces, the end of the zodiac. So somebody knows this is the end, or this is somebody's mature, clear sight knowing this is the end. There is somebody else that is in 7 of Cups energy, delusional energy. This looking straight at this card too. Could be also looking at the person walking away. But someone needs to win at all cost and has unbridled ambition. The 5 of Swords is Aquarius energy. Then there's the 4 of Cups. This is Cancer energy, and someone is not interested. I feel like somebody has been being tested by the Creator. I see this as a test, the Creator bringing this energy back around. Like, are you sure you want this? Are you sure? Even though this is in the shadow dynamics. The shadow dynamics. But somebody does not want it. Somebody is disconnected. They are disconnected from this energy. They're not interested. They're walking away. Or maybe they're required to walk away. Maybe someone is required to walk away from the other because of a measure of disillusionment. I think the relationship has to die. I think that what I'm feeling and seeing here is that this is like the dregs. This is like the dregs of the relationship between you. These are the dynamics that need to be unearthed, that need to be seen, that need to be pulled up out of the earth and examined. These are like the roots of the relationship. Disillusionment, unbridled ambition, and needing to win. These are the dynamics that need to be exposed. Lack of commitment. That's what comes up with this, is a lack of commitment. Same with here, lack of commitment. Disillusionment. Lack of commitment, but disillusionment. Someone's got clear sight and they're walking away from the cups that they've spent a lot of time investing into, and they don't care. They're like, I don't care how many years I have invested into you. And this is the energy that is sustaining you, because sometimes walking away can be terrifying. Okay? Sometimes walking away can be very hard, and we will distract ourselves from seeing the truth until we can handle the truth, until we can handle the fact that we need to be away from this person or that person, or we just need to get away from the relationship. Any more jumpers, creator? Okay, I'm going to pull these last cards. Judgments. Oh. And the 9 of Pentacles. So there has been a judgment also exposed here. Someone's walking away. There's a disconnection, lack of commitment. Someone is disillusioned. Someone else is very illusioned. Someone else needs to win at all costs. They're not aware of what motivates them. They're not aware of the forces that are driving them. Someone is not aware of the forces that are driving them. Aquarius is group mind energy, and the group is often not aware. They're not awake. You can have members in the group that are awake, but the group as a whole, you can't ask everybody to awaken. Everyone has to awaken in their own time and in their own individuality, which means they have to step out of the group. So there was a judgment, and I'm getting this is within the both of you. There is a judgment. Oh, wait a minute. Your relationship has been judged. Your relationship has been judged. The trumpet has been blown. You have hit a marker in your walk together, and now the trumpet has been blown, and it's time to release the dead energies of the relationship, but it's also time to release the energies that have been dormant and bring them back into life. Resurrect them. And the 9 of Pentacles. This is when you will receive the reward of your hard work, the both of you. This is what needs to come into the unconscious, is the receiving the fruits of the labor. Oh, I'm just getting that someone is attached to the spirit of poverty. There's a spirit of poverty, a spirit of lack, and that's also what's being judged. I'm feeling that's also has to do with the disillusionment and the needing to win. Also with this person's competition of the other person. There's a competitiveness, like I said, with the 7 of Pentacles. And this person seeing this other person, and until they can get their jealousy under control, they're not going to come into their own abundance, and they're going to prolong their own rebirth. And that's why the Ace of Swords is, it takes 2 to tango. You can't have one person doing all the work and somebody else hanging off the coattails, backpacking on their, or like riding on the other person's back. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. The relationship will end up in the ditch. I guarantee it. Or someone's going to fall under the weight. Someone will not be able to carry the weight of both of you. You know, I heard a very powerful speaker, Mary Glacier, speak of this, and she runs the Women's Aglow out of Alaska. She also does Windwalkers International. And she stated that in the hour of truth, you will not be able to carry anybody. And a person will say, but they're not heavy. They're my brother. They're my sister. They're my best friend. They're whoever. No. In the hour of truth, that person will be too heavy for you. You will have the strength to carry only yourself. And that's what I'm seeing happening here. This is what I'm seeing happening here. Yes, and it could have been that this person was carrying more than what they meant to be carrying. But either way, that's it. Beautiful energy, very powerful energy. So you both are in the midst of transformation. Your whole relationship is in the midst of transformation. I'm seeing these as two friends. I'm seeing these as two friends that used to grow together, under the guidance of the Holy Spirit. And then competition took hold. One person meant what they were doing. Oh yes, one person's growing, moving forward, and the other person isn't. The other person's trying to, but they have to lay hold of their competitive spirit. Creator, can we please have a card of instruction, please? A Native American Oracle card. Now that we pulled the secrets from the cards, Creator, what do you want the collective to do with this knowledge? What do you want the collective to do with this knowledge? What do you want them to do with this knowledge, Creator? I pulled this card so much for you guys. This is the Divine Rogue. The Divine Rogue. Oh my gosh. This is with contrast. And like I said, this is two friends that have grown together, been brought together under the Holy Spirit. Possibly this could be a marriage also between a husband and wife, or it doesn't matter. Wives, husbands, husband and husband, wife and wife, husband and wife. It doesn't matter. But this could be a marriage. This could be friendship. This could be workplace, even in the workplace. But it has been brought together by the Holy Spirit. Because there's something in between the two of you that holds this energy, the High Priest. The Divine Rogue. The Divine Rogue is the anti-hero, the transgressor, the rebel who mocks and overturns social norms. Through swindles, fraud, and jokes, this trickster brings valuable teachings about the nature of opposites. He brings us into situations of exaggerated hunger, unbridled sexual yearnings, and unlimited wandering, teaching us the dangers and benefits of impulsive behavior. The masks represent the bad brother, the sun at dusk, and the dead who are exorcised by reproducing their features. By reproducing and imprisoning these energies, we can better understand, control, and redistribute them for the good of all. the message of this card, always remember to look at the other side of things. There are two sides to every story, and benefits and risks in everything. The key words of this card: contrast, jokes, tricks, twists, impulsive actions, excess, wisdom through understanding, and unexpected results. The time this card speaks of is summer. Ooh, so it could be physical summer that is coming in the next 4 to 5 months, or this could be an internal summer. But only you will know. Only you will know what this card and this time speaks of. Okay, so you are to embrace the contrast between the two of you and the contrast within yourself. What I see is holding the tension of two opposites. And when you release the tension, you have just expanded the inner space within you for more opposites, more consciousness, expanded consciousness within the opposition that you've just made room for by holding the tension of opposites. That's actually an exercise by Carl Jung. All right, collective, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for tuning into my reading. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you on board and a part of my beautiful soul family. If you are returning, thank you. Thank you so much. My channel is becoming what it is because of you guys. I am so honored to read for all of you. Thank you so much. And thank you for trusting me with this energy. Creator, thank you also for trusting me with this energy. And that's it. I'm going to leave this here. I wish you a beautiful day. And I will see you next time, a collective, for your next reading. Alrighty, you guys take care. All right, bye.